Yeah, everyone, we're going to take a look at some notes for linear equations and slope-intercept form. We're going to accomplish three different things today, hopefully. The first one is to identify the initial value or y-intercept from a table, graph, equation, or verbal description. We're going to use the slope and y-intercepts to write a linear function in the form y equals mx plus b from any representation that's a graph, table, or verbal description. And lastly, we're going to graph a linear expression given an equation. So this is slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. That means where the x or where the line crosses the y-axis. Write the equation of a line given the slope and y-intercept. Write the equation of the line with the following slope and y-intercept. The slope is -2 and the y-intercept is 5. Remember, slope is m, so I'm going to write slope is m and y-intercept is b. So I'm going to write b over the 5. So I'm going to write my equation y equals mx plus b, and I'm going to fill in the values for m and the value for b. So that becomes y equals m is -2, x plus b is 5. Done. Number 2, slope is 3 over 4 and y-intercept is -3. My slope is still m and my y-intercept is b. So I'm going to write my equation again, y equals mx plus b. I'm going to fill in those values. So y equals, my m is 3 over 4, x, and I'm going to include b as -3. Remember to include brackets around negative numbers so we keep them all together. We can write that, again, slightly different, but it means the same way. Y equals 3 over 4x minus 3. Both mean exactly the same thing. We just have two options of the way that we write them. Both is absolutely correct. The next section on here says, write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form given a graph. So we've done it given a verbal description. Now we're doing it with a graph. So I like to start with the y-intercept. That's the very first thing I do. The second thing I do is slope, and the last thing I do is an equation. So on this graph here, this is our x-axis, because it has an x there, it's going horizontally, and this is our y-axis with a y there going vertically. Where our line crosses the y-axis is right here. To find our y-intercept, I count from the center of those two axes, which is 0, I count from the axis where they cross at 0, down in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I go down 5 boxes, so my y-intercept is 5. Because I moved from this axis down, it's -5. Now my slope needs 2 points. I have 2 points already on this graph, so I'm just going to draw those in. They were already there. And I like to draw a triangle so that I remember where I'm going. With slope, slope is rise over run. That means we count in the vertical direction, rise, and then we count in the horizontal direction, which is run. So from the point here, I will rise 1, 2, 3, 4. So my first number is 4 over my run, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 3. Because I moved vertically up and to the right, both are positive numbers, so my slope will be positive. The last thing I do is the equation. I'm going to write y equals mx plus b, so I remember to fill everything in. My y equals, my slope or m is 4 over 3. My y-intercept is 5, so I'm just going to write 4 over 3 minus 5, because it's a negative 5 of the y-intercept. That's my entire equation, and I'm done. Moving on to example 4 here, I'm going to find my y-intercept first. So where the line crosses the y-intercept is right there. From the center of these axes, I count up 1. It's a positive 1, so that is our y-intercept. Our slope is given these 2 dots. I'm going to draw my triangle, just like that. And I'm going to count from the dot, rise first, because remember it's rise over run. So we count vertically and then we count horizontally. So rise first. From the dot, I go down 1, 2. Because I'm going down 2, I know that it's 2 negative over. My run is 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 over 4. So my slope is m and my y-intercept is b. So I can go down and write my equation now. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals, oh, wait a second, negative 2 over 4, can we simplify that? We actually can. So 2 over 4 simplifies to 1 half, negative 1 half. So negative 1 half is my slope, x plus 1, and I'm done.